Hello, YouTube, or whatever you're watching. My one person that watches. um, I want to talk today about your soul. I was reading a lot. The best description of a human soul in the Bible is when Moses was created, and tells you all about how he was made and what the process of putting a soul into a body is and all that. So anyway, you learn that all human souls are female. They're the only female entities in the heavens, I think, as far as I read anyways. So there's two ways you can think about your soul. Number one, think of it as like a daughter or a girlfriend that you need to take care of and protect and let it blossom. A lot of people treat their girlfriends wrong, so it's hard to say treat your soul like that. Same as pets. Another example would be treat your soul like a pet. People treat their pets wrong too, but that's a really good way to analogy how we are taught to treat our souls wrong. Anytime you go against your gut, you're actually hurting your soul. So if you go on a roller coaster, think of that like taking your hamster cage with your hamster in it and shaking it as hard as you can, and with him inside there. He doesn't know why you're doing that to him. Your soul doesn't understand that. Things like that happen in life, but there's no reason to force yourself into that kind of situation. I'm sure in certain ways it could be good. Like the natives always went on, and a lot of people do, like rock climbing, which is another thing that's like a big adrenaline rush, which is fun and great and blah blah, and we're all taught to do that. But when you're doing that, you're actually harming your soul, unless you're really at peace. Like if you're doing it as an exciting, this is all whatever new, and I'm gonna do this cool thing, skydive. For a rush, then you're actually hurting yourself. But if you do it for spiritual growth, I don't know about skydiving so much, but mountain climbing for sure. I hike pretty extreme hills and things, and definitely understand the allure, though again I keep myself comfortable and make sure that it's about peace in my soul. And I'll climb some difficult climbs, but I make sure that I can see an easy way down and an easy way up, and I'll look around for the easiest and best way, and again make sure that it's easier coming down than going up, so that I always know I'm safe. And I look at the distance that I could fall in each climb and make sure again that I'm safe, especially when I'm all by myself and I'm not using safety gear, obviously. So you want to make sure that you're not going to fall to your death. Wisdom in the Bible, they say that when talking about danger, it might be Solomon, said that if a man tempts danger, he's gonna find his demise in it. It's like tempting God. You don't go tempt him. If you get a calling in your head to do something, even if it's out of the ordinary, that's totally different. But if you just want to do it for a rush, it's not good for you. Getting a tattoo is horrible. That's like scratching your goldfish tank with him inside there, like getting a glass edger and signing your name into, or drawing a big picture on the tank. He doesn't know what you're fucking doing. He just knows that he's under extreme stress, pain, and getting hurt and stressed out, and he's gonna die. That's all he knows. That's what your soul knows too, right? Your soul's like your subconscious. I always tell people not to say they're sorry. Rather than being sorry you were late, be thankful that everybody waited. There's always a thankful way to put every apology, or most apologies, unless you actually did wrong, then say you're sorry. But I mean, if you didn't really do anything that wrong, being sorry makes it worse. It makes it negative, because your subconscious mind is admitting fault. You're telling it that you were wrong, you're bad. And then the person who you're talking to, their subconscious mind also gets that same message that I wronged you. I did something bad to you. Ha, gotcha, or whatever. Not that he gotcha, but you know what I mean. And then it's like, it's a negative on the brain. But if you say, thanks for waiting for me. Leave out the sorry I was late. Just thanks for waiting for me. You made me feel special. Something like that. Then it lifts everybody. It's very positive for everybody's mind, and it's a positive experience for everybody to have just had. And you just made something that was negative into something that was uplifting and positive for everybody. And that's really super good for everyone's soul. Our soul is so important. Like I said, it's like you wouldn't do that to a pet, and when you do, you see the effects on the pet. You see dogs that always have their tail between their legs and things like that. Well, the outside appearance of a broken soul can look very tough, but the soul inside is that dog with its tail between his legs, constantly being repressed for everything that it wants. The soul doesn't want to be on earth. It doesn't want to be inside your body. It didn't want to be taken from heaven and put into us unpious sinners. Didn't want that. It didn't want any of this. And then even when it was forced by an angel, there's like a band of angels that actually force your soul into your body. When it was forced in, it kept its consciousness in the womb when you're aborting them until the time of birth, when it's actually forced out again, and then all of its memories are erased so that it doesn't remember, and it can only go on instinct. And it is your instinct. So when you get a gut feeling, that's your soul trying to speak to you. It's so wonderful. And it's so strong, it's so powerful. You get yourself in the right position with God. So that doesn't mean not eating pork or whatever. That means like just setting yourself apart from the herd, not doing those things that everybody else does. When you do that, he sees that you're more prepared and you're preparing to be able to maintain the blessing. Because he could bless everybody. And if he did, most of us, I know a few years ago we'd hurt ourselves. You know, if God gave you millions of dollars, would it be good for you? Would it be good for your family? Would you know how to spread it around? Would everybody fight? Would you get on drugs or start becoming something that you've never been before? Would you become a different person? You know? Would that new person be better than the person that you are, or worse? So you need to become a better person first, and then when God sees you, he's he's looking at Earth like a big flat coffee table, big round flat coffee table, which I have one. And we're all these little tiny ants or whatever. They say grasshoppers, but whatever, crawling around. And I think of it like each of our souls is a little light. And every time that you get closer to your soul, your light gets a little brighter. And every time that you hurt your soul, your light gets a little dimmer. And God's looking for bright lights that he can bless. So you want to get your light as bright as possible. Watching TV, porn, stuff like that, horrible for your soul. Horrible for your soul. And now TV, I'm going to do a whole other video because this one's getting too long.